Hey everyone, Reverend Dr. Katie here, and continuing our Halloween series, I want to give you a few kind of thoughts and tips about connecting with ancestors because this is the time of year, this Halloween season, Samhain season, and you can check out the video from yesterday to learn more about Samhain, is a time when the veil is thin and we might experience the presence of ancestors. So, a question that comes up quite a bit is, can Christians or should Christians connect with ancestors? So I have a few thoughts about this. Often the fear that is here is that connecting with ancestors is doing some kind of form of necromancy or really inappropriate magic where we're calling on spirits to do our will. Nothing could be further from the truth. If that's the kind of magic that you're practicing, please don't watch this video. This will not be for you. Actually, I don't think that kind of magic is even possible. So that's a fear, but I don't think that it's actually a reality. Instead, this is the time of year when departed loved ones may feel closer than at other times. And other departed spirits might also feel closer than at other times because the veil is simply thinner. So should Christians practice connection with ancestors? My thought is we're doing it all the time because we are all descended from a bunch of people. So in your biology, in your DNA, is ancestral lineage and knowledge and good stuff and trauma, like all of it. Like we all live our ancestors all of the time anyway. So I think connecting with them could be a good idea if you're sort of in a framework to do that. And if you're ready to connect with the highest, most elevated, most generous ancestors that you have. It's also a time when you can connect with your spiritual ancestors. You do not have to limit this to biological ancestors. And if you don't know who your biological ancestors are, or if you don't particularly like your biological ancestors, you can begin by connecting with spiritual ancestors. For Christians, we have saints, we have people that have shown us the way before us. Even beings like Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene were once embodied human beings, and they are important in our spiritual story. Should we connect with our spiritual ancestors? Yes, we do all the time anyway, through the stories and the legacy that they leave behind. So Halloween, the Samhain time, is a time when we can do that a bit more consciously, and we can do that more easily because the veil is a bit thinner. There are many, many different ways to connect. You can connect through your own intention. You can connect in your own meditation. You could, for those who are feeling really ambitious, you can hire like a medium, get a mediumship reading to assist you in that connection. There are, though, a few tips that I want to give you along the way, especially if you are just beginning in this journey or in this process. So the first one is connect with ancestors that you like. I see a lot of people going around trying to build good relationships right away with ancestors that they didn't like, or grandparents, great-grandparents, maybe ones that they knew about, who cause a lot of trauma. There's no need to do that right off the bat. Get good footing and practice with spiritual ancestors that you know are there to support you and with ancestors that you actually like. If there's none that you actually like or that you feel can serve you, you can actually go back as far back in your family lineage as you need to connect. Of course, you're probably going to need a little bit of guidance if you've never ever done that before. So I don't want anyone sort of slipping into territory that feels really, really difficult for them. The second thing is, don't try to heal them. It's not your business. I hear this a lot, that people are going to heal their ancestors. That's not how it works. On an energy level, we can, as living incarnated people on planet Earth, we can create space for ancestral healing, space for lineage, but it's not like you can walk up to an ancestor, bop them on the head, and say you're healed. It just doesn't work that way. That needs to be that soul's conscious decision to enter into a healing relationship. So Halloween is not the time for you to say, I'm going to heal everyone and go and do it. It is a time to build connections, and to really, the healing takes place because you experience healing. You have entered into a healing relationship with yourself, and you can spread that healing energy to anyone who would like to experience it as well. And the third tip is that when you connect with ancestors, your elevated ancestors, those who have done their healing work already, will be happy to accompany you. And there's lots of different ways that you can learn to connect with them. But not every ancestor will necessarily have your best interest at heart. And so if your grandma was really bad at finances and grandma's gone and you want to connect with her, you don't have to connect with her about finances because she wasn't good at it while she was alive. It doesn't actually mean she doesn't have your best interest at heart. It just means she may give you really bad advice. If grandpa was not a nice person in life and he has not experienced elevated healing, he might not he might not have the best intent, or he may have the best intent, but he's just not healed enough to express what actually is the best for you. So anything that you get from your ancestors, take with a grain of salt, because you are an independent agent. When we connect with our ancestors, we don't have to do it from a place of submission. We're doing that from a place, we want to do that from a place of real authenticity, of wanting to connect. And you want to stand on your own and have elevated ancestors who can be there to support you and elevate you even further, because you are their hopes and dreams. Once you find the ones who are elevated enough to see that and to understand that. So there's just a few tips on working with ancestors. I think this is a great Christian tradition. We just maybe do it in a different way when we enter into this metaphysical world than people in the past would have. And it's something that I enjoy doing in my own metaphysical journey. It's something that I do assist people with in different programs that I have. It's not a requirement, but I think once you get a little further along on your journey, if you're at that point, it's a good idea to begin that connection so that you can establish a bit more support. You can establish what your family lineage feels like and what your spiritual lineage feels like too. So I hope this helps with ancestors. Christians have been doing this for a long time. Ancient Christians actually would go and have picnics on graveyards around All Saints' Day. So All Saints' Day on November 1st is also a time when we really deliberately connect with our family traditions. And I'll make another video about that soon. All right, if there's any questions, let me know. You can put that into the chat. I see a few questions now. Oh, cool. Hey. Yep, you've been having some people show up. That's awesome. So yeah, everyone get ready. Pull out your family photos if you're wanting to connect and make that conscious decision. Now, reach out to me if there's any way I can help you, and I will see you soon.